Hey Canadians, how y'all doing? Name's Rodney Cordero. I am running for Prime Minister of Canada. I think it's about time that working Canadians get in office because all these parties we've had for 150 years ain't doing it. Right? Only thing they're doing is putting us $6 trillion in debt, getting rich doing it. Rich are getting richer doing it, while the poor stay poor. If I become Prime Minister, I'm going to raise minimum wage to $25 an hour federally, so every province has to deal with it. Right? So all those rich people getting rich off of hardworking people, believe it or not, I think there's more of the hardworking people out there than the people trying to get rich off of us. I'm not playing into that fact. It's a shame that we're in that position. But I think if we stood up and decided, yeah, we've had enough, seriously, they've had 150 years and still, right? Racial equality, Canada sucks. Right? Financially, 20 million Canadians work paycheck to paycheck. Right now, they're starving. Can't afford to buy food. Guess what, y'all? The rich don't have to worry about that. They eat whenever they wish. They eat well. For me, not so much so. I'm actually on a diet right now. It's not because of weight. It's because of money. Right? Just can't afford to buy food. Was told to stay home because COVID-19 related cough or stomach pain, right? 2 months I've been off work. They gave me money for 2 weeks, which is weird because I have to pay it back, right? Really weirder. I pay EI. So I was like, well, if EI ain't covering this, that means all Canadians are going to have to pay that back. You pay EI. You shouldn't have to pay this back. Right? Every week, EI disappears from my check. Pretty sure I got thousands of dollars in EI. And every time you leave a job, those thousands disappear. They keep it on record, but they don't show you. It's your last paycheck from your last job. You look there and you see EI, and you'll see year to date what you paid into it. So if you got like $50,000 paid in EI, it's like, okay, why can't I get EI? I was racially discriminated against one job, which you can't get EI if you're racially discriminated against. And then you got the rich people telling you to stay home because you have one of those symptoms. You got to get a check. You got to stay home for 2 weeks. It's just like, I'm confused. I pay taxes. Why isn't anybody working for me? They're just working for themselves. You literally got a few hundred people deciding the fate of 40 million Canadians. Yeah. Y'all. Yeah. We got no more rights as Canadians. It's a shame. No rights. We have no rights to do anything we please. Well, you did. And you just go to jail or get a real nice fat ticket for it. Which brings me to the police. If I become Prime Minister, I'm going to make it a federal law. If you break the law as a police officer, you're going to jail. Plain and simple. You are here to serve Canadians. You're not here to harass them. You're not here to beat them up. You're not here to kill them. Right? You were bullies in school. You don't need to be bullies your whole life. Right? If I got to literally get audits done on every police department, and Canadian people are going to pay for it, but we're going to get those bad cops out one way or another. You can pretend you're not bad. If you got complaints against you, oh yeah, dude, you're bad. Seriously, why you got complaints? You shouldn't get complaints if you're a good cop. Plain and simple, right? I mean, I got phone calls to work about me, but they were never complaints. They were compliments. Right? It's like, okay. We Canadians are getting taken for a ride. We need to stand up for ourselves because our government ain't going to do it. They just care about themselves. each party that's running, the conservatives, NDPs, and all them, they are looking out for themselves and their parties. None of their parties have to do with Canadians, which is confusing, right? Why don't we have a Canadian party? Somebody, a working class Canadian running for prime minister, could actually do something for the hard working class. But nope, y'all, the rich want to stay rich. So that's never going to happen unless, hey, you guys decide to make it happen. Right? This country needs a lot of work. You hear one guy, time to get to work. Probably sure that man doesn't even have a callus on his hand. Calluses, working hard, scars, the whole nine, from work. Right? How is it possible somebody works so hard in their life and they don't never get ahead? Well, color of your skin is probably one of those factors, right? Education being another racist industry, right? Because when you think about it, I mean, people could go to university, the rich, the white people, right? Nowadays, other people are getting in, so that's starting to, meh. But I think it's to the point where, everybody in those high positions already ain't going to give up their jobs. They'll lie straight to your face. Dude, I make $120,000 a year. You think I'm going to give up $5 Canadian pay to go back down to what, we treat these Canadians like? It's a shame. Right? My mom's 74 years old in a long care home in Brampton. She survived somehow. God, bless God for that. But it's just like, okay, well, our old people ain't getting taken care of. I mean, our government literally gave up billions of dollars to Ford and was like, yeah, we ain't giving none of this money to you Canadians. No. They gave money away before they gave any money to Canadians, which is a shame. Guy's sitting there with billions of dollars in his account. Only the thing he's doing is trying to figure out how to get some of that money put into his pocket. It's like Trudeau going into Biden. Like, seriously, you hear what Biden has said? Yeah. They're going to build all their cars with their own material in their country produced. Anything outsourced is not going to be used in their vehicles. So it's like, well, we're selling you aluminum. Hey, that's Canadian. Does that mean, you're not outsourcing? Ford F-150 uses an aluminum frame. Pretty sure they buy all their aluminum from us. Right? Which is just another way for the rich to get rich right now because, I don't know, we'll sell you this, but, you can even claim that you made it yourself. But if they're buying it from Canada, it's not American made. It's Canadian made. Right? Like the Ford company opening up electric vehicle. You need an engineering degree to work in a factory for Ford. Forget you have 30 years experience with electric motors. Doesn't matter. Right? Forget you could jump on an AutoCAD system and build yourself whatever you want. Don't matter. You need to have that white education to get into Ford, which really sucks. That's so racist. It's so racist. No other way to put it. You probably won't like me for this, but tell the truth. And when you see the truth and you keep seeing the truth, guess what, y'all? Pretty soon the truth's going to become real. People are going to start to listen and be like, you know what, this guy's right. Why do we pay taxes when government ain't looking out for us? The only thing they're looking out for themselves. Truthfully, y'all, if there's anybody out there making money right now, it's because COVID-19 related things, like doctors and all that. I snuck into a hospital. I went upstairs to all those empty floors. There's nobody in there, y'all. They're all in ICU. You can't even get a test done. I might have possible cancer. Guess what, y'all? I can't get a test done. They're not letting anybody in. They ain't going to let you in for an operation. They ain't going to let you in for a simple test to see if you have cancer. No, that's just the world we live in now. We gave away our rights, and now we're suffering for it. And nothing ever going to change unless we make a change. And that's all you hardworking Canadians. You got calluses? You work paycheck to paycheck? Stand up. Come on, seriously. How many times are we going to give these people a chance? And they keep ruining it. Only thing they're doing is looking out for themselves. Right? The rich are looking out for the rich. Why do you think they get all this money donated to them? Here, we'll help you run. You give us a bunch of money. Yeah, here. That's what goes on behind those closed doors. If you think, no. They need to have an auditor with them at all times. Or some kind of analyst analyzing what they do, right? Because, seriously, y'all, we're getting stolen from. And when I become old and I have to end up in a long-term care home like my mom, I don't want to go what she's going through right now because she worked her whole life, paid taxes her whole life, and guess what? She's getting treated like crap for it, which sucks. She used to be a nurse, so apparently we don't take care of our old people that used to do good for people because, yeah, guess what, y'all? We're just looking out for the people now, and these people now just want money. You think any of these people is telling us to stay home are worried about food? No. Worried about paying rent? No. They make 4 to 5 times more than what an average Canadian makes. They can take vacations to Europe every year, y'all. We're lucky to take a vacation in our own country. So, serious, stand up for once and say, we've had enough. This guy's willing to give up his nice life. I got a nice life. I live my life well. I'm willing to give it up to help serve Canadians. I mean, I volunteer for vets, so why shouldn't I help out Canadians? Government's not doing it. Somebody's got to. I'll stand up. Everybody else pretends, but they're doing it for the money. I'm doing it for the lifestyle the Canadians should have, but don't have, because the rich keep running our lives. Even when you go to work, they're running your lives. So, kind of like slaves in time. Be safe, be well. And again, vote for me. Spread the word.